Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is July 22nd, 2024, and we have a crucial week ahead of us as Barcelona would like to wrap up all the pending operations before the end of this week. Also, Ernesto Valverde says that he is calm with the whole Nico Williams situation. And finally, Mikel Merino has rejected Atletico de Madrid's offer. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and this is the Barca News live podcast, which is on every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, where not only do I get to share Barcelona news with you, but I also get to interact with you lovely people in the chat section by reading your comments out loud and answering your questions and getting the discussion going. For those of you who will be watching when the live stream ends, I will be putting timestamps in the description and chapters in the timeline in case you do want to skip through the discussion. Now, having said all that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps the channel continue to grow. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag, goal kits, fanatics. You have plenty of options. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. All links are down below in the description. Now, let's begin with the news. I know I'm a little bit late today. I'm about an hour late. I had to take my dog to the vet. He has really bad allergies, so I had to take him for a shot. It might not sound that serious, but when dogs have allergies, they scratch a lot. When they scratch a lot, it creates a wound in their skin. It's really bad, so I had to take them for a shot. But anyways, let's dive right into the news. I have a little bit of news all bunched up together as I usually do. And let's begin with the news that Barcelona have officially confirmed that Ronald Araujo has undergone a successful surgery on his left hamstring. Now, as you know, Ronald Araujo picked up an injury during the Copa America in that match against Brazil. After initial medical exams, it seemed like it was a tear, but it was a simple tear that he was only going to be out for a few weeks. Once he came back to Barcelona, more detailed medical exams were performed, and it turned out that the tear was much bigger than initially thought, and that's when a decision was made that Araujo would undergo surgery. Well, now the club have confirmed that not only has he undergone surgery, but that it's been a successful one, so that's definitely great news. But the bad news is that Ronald Araujo will be out for a total of 4 months. That's a very long time. So it means that we won't see Araujo back on the field or in training till December. So it's going to be almost half of the season without our captain and without our most important defender. So definitely bad news on that front, but good news for the other defenders who will have a shot to shine, to prove themselves, to earn a spot on the starting 11. Now, more news speaking of the preseason, because today, look who got reincorporated into the team. No other than Andreas Christensen, our other defender. Of course, Christensen was one of the first people who got eliminated out of the Euros with Denmark. So therefore, he's one of the first people to come back from the Euros. He incorporated himself today. He underwent medical exams. And not only Christensen, but also Robert Lewandowski, who was also one of the first people or one of the first Barcelona players to get eliminated out of the Euros with Poland. He too has come back to Barcelona and has incorporated himself to the team. And I have to say something. I've been seeing the videos that Lewandowski has been posting on his social media. Of course, I can't share those here on the channel. Otherwise, I get shut down for copyright. But I got to say, he is looking mighty powerful. I mean, Lewandowski has always looked tip-top shape, very in shape, very buff, very lean. He's always looked like that. His wife is a nutritionist and a personal trainer, so he always credits his incredible physique to her. So he's always looked great, but this season, he's looking even more in shape. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to his page. He's looking crazy, which, of course, is great news because it just shows that Lewandowski is determined to continue to be an important player, and most importantly, to be an important player under Flick, because it was Flick who kind of extracted the best out of Lewandowski. It was under Flick that we saw the best version of Lewandowski. So it seems that Lewandowski is ready for round 2 under Flick. Hopefully that's exactly what happens, because we do need, some goals up there. Now, speaking of Flick, and this is the last bit of news, and then we'll start doing the comments. Speaking of Flick, we do have an official day and official time for the presentation of the German coach. This will happen on July 25th. So in 3 days, on Thursday at 1 p.m. Spanish local time. That makes it 7 a.m. New York time, if I'm not mistaken. Hansi Flick will be officially presented as Barcelona's coach. As you know, the presentation was delayed per Flick's request because he wanted to arrive at the club, get to know the club more, get to know the players. He wanted to continue practicing his Spanish. That way, when he did his first press conference, which will be at this presentation, he could be prepared and he can answer questions rather than just say, oh, I don't know, I just got here, right? So that's why the presentation was delayed. It was per Flick's request, and now it's official. He will be presented on Thursday, which I'm looking forward to it because for the first time, he will be answering questions made by the press. Of course, there was that interview that was made by Barca One, which is Barcelona's official news media channel. They interviewed Flick. They released some bits of it last week. Today, they released a full interview. But that's not the same because when you're being interviewed by the club's reporters, it's not really an interview. They're more like lob softballs at you. Like, what do you think about Barca? It's amazing. Okay. What are you going to do here? Do amazing things. All right. Anything else? Visca Barca. Woohoo. That's not going to be the case on Thursday. Thursday, Flick will face actual reporters. We're going to be asking him real questions. We'll see how he responds to all those questions. Of course, I'll be covering that press conference, and then I'll be making a video with all the coverage. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit that bell, which will notify you every time there's a new video. Anyways, having said all of that, let's head to the chat section and let's see what you guys are saying. And we have our first donation. Let's go. Santiago Sturba. Santiago Sturba is a really good friend of mine. I don't know if you guys remember, but during the live stream, I said that I had some friends from Argentina visiting. Well, he's one of those friends who visited, stayed here with me at my place. We went to the Argentina match, Argentina versus Chile. So, Santi, my friend, thank you for your donation. But he says Barcelona should get Julian Alvarez. I 100% agree with you. I would love Julian Alvarez at Barcelona. In fact, they're saying Julian Alvarez has requested an exit out of Manchester City, which makes sense. I always said that Julian Alvarez renewing with Manchester City was a big mistake because as long as Erling Haaland was there, he was never going to be the starter. He was never going to be the star of the team. And I think it was a mistake that he renewed from 2026 till 2028. It looks like Julian has realized that mistake. He's now asking for an exit out of Manchester City, but it's going to be obviously nearly impossible for Barcelona to sign him. Manchester City, if they agree that Julian can leave, it's going to be, they're going to want 90, 100 million euros minimum. And unfortunately, that's not something that Barcelona can afford. But thank you, Santi, for your donation. And let's see what else you guys are saying. Javad Hat says Lamine should take the number 10 while Nico the 11. They are the next Messi and Neymar wingers. Well, Lamine is going to get the number 19, as you know, because the number 10 will stay with Ansu, especially if Ansu ends up staying, which is looking like it. And then 11, who's occupying the 11 right now? I can't remember who's occupying the 11. Is it, no, Ferran has the 7. Is it Rafinha that has the 11? And unless whoever has the 11 leaves, it's not going to be to him. Plus, I'm more in favor of more like attacking midfielders getting the number 10, but I wouldn't mind Lamine have it. Of course, he is right now it's looking like he is the true, inheritor of Messi, or the true heir of Messi. But I'm more in favor of, a creative attacking midfielder to get the number 10 because that's the traditional number 10 position versus a winger. But anyways, Madalisa says we should sign Merino and Nico for the summer transfer. Then I personally will be cool. I would personally be okay with both signings. Like I've said a million times, I don't think that Dani Olmo signing is the correct answer. I think it'd be a mistake. Club have very, very few resources, and we have to focus on his resources on positions that that truly need to be reinforced. The attacking midfield position is not one of them. We have plenty of attacking midfielders. Plus, Dani Olmo, is he a good player? Sure. Is he going to be a player that makes a big difference on the team? Absolutely not. It'd be nice to have him, but if we don't have him, the team will be fine. Nico Williams, on the other hand, he's the kind of player who's going to come elevate the level of the squad, make a difference on the field, and he's the kind of player that if you have him, it's going to be great. If you don't, it's going to suck, right? So we should focus our resources on positions that, A, we definitely need to reinforce, and B, on players, they're going to come, make a difference, elevate the level of the squad versus just have another guy that, sure, it'd be nice to have, but you don't necessarily need. Some random MF says, hi Mo, I've been watching this channel for a very long time now and stayed up to 2 a.m. to see the stream. I have also heard that Dani Olmo is higher on the list of priorities for Barca than a CDM. That's what they're saying, that Olmo has now gained priority over Merino. I don't know how true that is, but I'll tell you this. If it is true, it's a mistake, because we need a center midfielder a lot more than we need an attacker midfielder. We have plenty of attacking midfielders. We have Fermin, we have Pedri, we have Gabi, we have Frankie, we have Gundogan. I mean, right there, that's 5. That's not even including the kids in the academy who have been training with the first team, you know, like Noah Darvic. We have Pablo Torre. I mean, right there, that's 7 attacking midfielders for 2 positions. I don't know why we would need Olmo. But anyways, we do have another donation, and then we'll get back to the news. But the Angry Sparky, my friend, thank you a million times. Thank you for your donations. But it says, it's raining like a motherfucker here in San Antonio. I can't wait to get this new season started and get my hands on both the new home and away kits. By the way, now under the new agreement with Nike, they are offering e-commerce, and now the Barca store officially ships to the US. So, my friend, if you want to buy that home kit, you can go to the official Barca store, buy your home kit there, or you can go to one of my million links in the description. Fanatics and Kitbag, they offer like the real versions of the kit, whatever you want to call it. And then if you want to go to Gold Kits, they offer the replicas, different price points, whatever you want. But you have options there, so you can get the home kit. We'll see what the away kit. They haven't announced when it's going to be launched yet. Hopefully soon. They're saying it's the black one. We'll see. It's more like black and some red and blue. If the images that have been leaked are true, I'm not a big fan of the away one, but we'll have to wait and see for the official version. All right, let's get back to the news, because we do have to talk. Why am I putting my glasses on? I'm done reading. We do have to talk about the crucial week that we have ahead of us, because it's reported that Barcelona are looking to finalize all the outstanding operations, before the team leaves to the U.S. Now, as you know, on July 28th, the team will officially be headed to the U.S. for the preseason tour, where they're going to face off against Manchester City, Real Madrid, and AC Milan in that order. Then the team will go back to Barcelona to play the final preseason match against Monaco at the Olympic Stadium in Montjuic. But before the team leaves to the U.S. tour, it's reported that Laporta and his board of directors want to finalize all the outstanding deals, or if not finalize them, at least tie up all the loose ends where the deals are set up in place just to be ready to get approved or push through the finish line. Now, what deals are we talking about? Of course, first one is the Barca Vision deal, where Barcelona sold a portion of Barca Vision to the German investment fund Libero, who failed to pay 40 million euros back in December. They failed to pay another 60 million euros this summer. Barcelona then found a new investor to buy the shares that Libero had bought. They're saying it's Spotify through an American investor. That deal, they say it's mostly done. It just needs to be, tie up the final loose ends and then push it through. Once that deal is fully approved and finalized, Barcelona will go back to the 1-to-1 rule under the financial fair play, because this deal, the original deal, was included in the viability plan that Barcelona presented to La Liga last summer. That's the plan that Barcelona told La Liga, look, here's a bunch of goals we're aiming to meet in order to put back the club on a good financial course. And La Liga said, okay, if you meet all this, we'll help you out with your financial fair play. Barcelona met everything on that list except the Barca Vision, because Libero did not pay what they were supposed to pay. Now Barcelona found a new investor. When this deal is done, then Barcelona will go back to the 1-to-1 rule. The second deal is, of course, the Nike deal. It's something we've been talking about for months. It's a contract extension. They're saying 10, maybe 12 years more, where Nike will pay Barcelona around 90 to 100 million euros per season. Once you include variables and bonuses, it can go up to 120 per season. Plus, Nike will be paying Barcelona 100 million euros signing bonus. That bonus will be used to sign players, including Nico Williams, unless Barcelona end up borrowing a loan to pay for Nico Williams, which is something I explained in a previous video. And it seems that Barcelona are also looking to finalize this deal before the team flies out to the US. And of course, the final two deals that Barcelona want to either completely finalize or tie up all the loose ends is the signing of Nico Williams, the absolute priority for the club. This is someone that Laporta, Flick, and Deco have met and have fully agreed that Barcelona need to sign Nico Williams. Barcelona have sent a draft of the contract to Nico Williams. They're awaiting his approval. Once that approval goes through, then Barcelona will reach out to the Athletic Club de Bilbao to try to pay that release clause worth 58 million euros. And then Nico Williams will become a Barcelona player. And the other one is the signing of Dani Olmo. Same case where Barcelona have sent him a draft or an offer. If he approves that offer, if he agrees to that offer, then Barcelona will reach out to RB Leipzig to try to negotiate a signing. Now, the Dani Olmo signing is not as guaranteed as Nico. Nico, we know he wants to come to the club. We know the club want him. We know that there's no negotiations involved. All you have to do is pay the release clause and he's yours. With Dani Olmo, it's a little bit different. First of all, yes, we do know that Dani Olmo would like to play for Barcelona, but it's not necessarily his only option like Nico. Dani Olmo is also flirting with other options. He wants a project where he can be important. That's not necessarily going to be the case at Barcelona with so many midfielders. Even if even if Olmo agrees to come, we still have to deal with RB Leipzig. We have to negotiate with them. Remember, Olmo had a release clause worth 60 million euros. That release clause expired on July 20th, so there's no release clause anymore. The only way to get him would be to negotiate with RB Leipzig. We'll see how much they'll want. So Olmo is not as much guaranteed as Nico Williams. Again, I've said it a million times. I think it'd be a huge mistake, but not my money. So I guess this is where we at. All right, let's get back to the comment section, and then we will talk about Ernesto Valverde. Yes, Valverde, that guy who got carried by Messi. And as a result, we have fans who think he was a good coach. How? I have no idea. But Anthony Verdugo says, Mo, is there any news with Frankie? He's still top earner at Barca and La Liga. I think he's wonderful and world-class, but man, he needs to renew under new and better wages for the club. Lewa too. So with Frankie, as I explained in yesterday's video, Barcelona are going to try to accelerate his contract renewal. They want to renew his contract, extend it, and restructure his salary. Because part of Frankie's de Jong salary is you have his base salary, and then you have all the money that he agreed to defer. Remember, when the pandemic hit, Barcelona was affected like all the other football clubs around the world. They didn't have money to pay him. So they said, look, let's defer your salary. We'll pay you a portion now, the rest later. So Barcelona owe Frankie right now his current salary plus the amount of salary that they owe him from back when he agreed to defer. That's why his salary is so high. So Barcelona want to extend the contract past its expiration of 2026, add more years to it. In that way, take all that money they owe him from the salary deferrals and spread them out over more years. Doing that would liberate a lot of space on the wage bill, and it would liberate a lot of space on the financial fair play. Of course, it's all going to be up to the player. Barcelona in a rush to do it. It doesn't seem that Frankie is. Let's see. Curtis says, Hansi Flick said in an interview that Lewandowski will definitely be in the box. I mean, that's where he belongs. Lewandowski is your classic striker. He's your classic number 9. He's not a mobile number 9. He's not a number 9 that covers a lot of ground. He's not a number 9 that's known for dribbling past defenders and scoring. He's the kind of number 9 that you put him in the box, you get him the ball, and he will score. He's a box predator through and through. That was the problem last season. And I said it over and over again when people were like, oh, Lewandowski's finished. Sell Lewandowski. I said, no, the problem is not Lewandowski. The problem is that Xavi has not implemented any kind of structure for Lewandowski to flourish in, because none of the players could get the ball to Lewandowski. So if the Lewandowski cannot get the ball, how is he supposed to score? Another problem with that is that Lewandowski would then lose his patience and would have to come back down all the way to the midfield to get the ball, since nobody could get him the ball in the box. And that was also a problem because, again, Lewandowski is not the kind of striker that can grab the ball in the middle of the field, run all the way to the opposing goal and score. He needs the ball in the box. Flick understands that, and Flick will find a way to get him the ball in the box, because if you do, you're good to go. Not the Gamer says, yo, Mo, what are the biggest sell-on clauses we have on players? We have let go and are now in top 5 leagues. Is Todibo, Royal, and others like him? That's a good question, by the way, and I've been wrestling with the idea of making a video with all the players that Barcelona retain a future interest in. I think there is, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I checked the number, 17 players in different leagues. So I'm going to reserve that for a video. Plus, if I went over every single player here, this podcast is going to be 20 hours long. Anyways, Emmanuel says, Mo, how are you doing? Happy to be on your live, bro. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being on the live. And thank you for supporting the channel. And with that, let's get back to the news because Ernesto Valverde, Athletic Club de Bilbao's coach, has been asked about Nico Williams and what he thinks about the situation. And it looks like Valverde, the former Barcelona coach, has said that he is totally calm. He does not care. And well, let's read what he had to say. This is what he had to say more specifically. And he said, we are looking forward to having Nico back. He is happy with us, and we are happy with him. I am completely at ease, and I just hope Nico feels the same way. I don't know why StreamYard is cutting my slide, but at this point, I'm not surprised at anything StreamYard does because, like I've said a million times, StreamYard, guys, absolutely sucks. Anyway, so it seems that Valverde does not care. He's calm. He says he's going to have Nico back. He has a contract with the club. He feels confident about the whole situation, which ironically, it reminds me of when Barcelona were going through the whole Neymar thing. Because Neymar, remember when Neymar was back at the club, Valverde was the coach, and literally he was asked about, is Neymar going to PSG? Because there was all that rumors that PSG were looking to sign him. And literally, word for word, this is what Valverde said. We were looking forward to having Neymar back. He's happy with us. We're happy with him. He has a contract. And literally the next day, PSG activated his clause and took Neymar away, which it looks like eventually they ended up doing us a favor. Of course, we had Bartomeu, who ended up wasting the 220 million euros that PSG paid us. Can you imagine what we could have done with those 220 million under the right leadership? Anyways, that's neither here nor there. That's not the news. The news is about Nico Williams, because Valverde is saying exactly what he said back when he was Barcelona coach and back when PSG took away Neymar. Hopefully that'll be the situation here too, and hopefully Barcelona will activate Nico Williams' release clause pretty soon so we can have him at Barcelona making that lethal combination with Lamine Yamal as they have in the Euros. Anyways, let's do more comments, and then we will talk about Mikel Merino because he has rejected Atletico de Madrid. Nima says, hey, Mo, hope you're feeling fantastic, bro. Please pick up the phone, call Nico already. Pick up the phone and call Nico already. We're getting restless. I tried, but he sent my call to voicemail. He's on vacation. He was like, Mo, I don't have time for you. Dream MV says Fabrizio tweeted about Nico. I don't really care about Fabrizio does or not. I see a lot of people hung up on everything, every little thing Fabrizio Romano says or not. Don't get me wrong. He's a great reporter. He does have a lot of good insights, but a lot of times his news is nothing new. Like some player will get linked to a club and everybody's talking about it for weeks. This, Barcelona going to sign this, Barcelona going to sign Barcelona. And not even Barcelona about to sign that. Fabrizio tweets, Barcelona going to sign this guy. And everybody's like, oh, my God. What do you mean, oh, my God? All these Barcelona-based reporters have been saying this for weeks. Fabrizio Romano tweets on it literally when the contract is signed. Of course, it's a for sure thing now. And everybody loses their mind. Anyways, I don't want to talk crap. He's a great reporter. He has good information. But let's also start giving credit to other reporters who break news way ahead of that he does. But when he does, all of a sudden, everybody acts like he discovered fire. All right, let's see. Jimmy says, Mo, thanks for the updates. Thank you, my friend, for watching. Mark says, Dani Olmo feels like the Griezmann signing. Is he a really good player? Yes. Do we need him or even really have a position for him? No. That's actually a great comparison. I hadn't thought about that. But yes, to your point, agree 100%. Is Olmo a good player? Absolutely. Would it be nice to have him? Sure. Do we need him? Absolutely not. Do we have a position for him? Also no. So I don't understand what the obsession is. I don't know if this is Laporta repeating the same mistake as Joao Felix, where he's thinking, I'm going to bring Joao Felix, and all of a sudden, everybody's going to line up to be in the stadium, and everybody's going to line up at the Barca store to buy his jersey. And that wasn't the case at all. The stadium did not get full. People did not line up to buy Joao Felix's jersey. In fact, it was 16-year-old Lamine Yamal who outsold everybody. And I don't know if Laporta is thinking the same thing with Olmo, where, Olmo's just won the Euros. He's going to come to Barca and everybody's just going to line up. Look, people don't just line up to see players just because their name is something. People want to line up to see players who actually play good on the field. And you want to see a team that plays good on the field. They're not just going to go because, oh, my name is Joao Felix. That means everybody wants to see me. Because, no, if you're going to play like shit, it doesn't matter if your name is Joao Felix. People are not going to want to see you. Unless you're killing it on the field, then people will turn up to see you. People did not turn up to the Camp Nou to watch Messi just for the simple fact that his name was Messi. No, they turned up to see Messi do magic on the field, and that's what he did. I don't know if Olmo can give us some kind of magic that people actually want to line up to see him. But anyways, Happy Duck says, hey, Mo, please, when is Nico coming? Like, when are we expecting him? I can't wait to see this deal confirmed. Well, right now they're awaiting his green light. He has to approve the deal that they sent him. He's, of course, on vacation, so he's not in a hurry to say yes. I'm sure he's chilling poolside, drinking a margarita. The last thing on his mind is a contract. All right, let's do the last bit of news, and then we'll do more comments. But let's talk about Mikel Merino, because Merino just rejected Atletico de Madrid's offer. Now, we know Mikel Merino is leaving Real Sociedad 100%. His contract expires next summer in 2025. He's not looking to renew it. Therefore, Real Sociedad are forced to sell him this summer. Otherwise, they risk him leaving as a free agent next summer and not making any money off his sale. So Merino is for sure guaranteed that he will be leaving this summer. The question is where? Of course, Barcelona are interested in Merino. They want to reinforce the midfield with him. He was kind of like a low-cost option B, or not low-cost, but more of a feasible option B, with Deco's number one option being Amadou Onana, who's going to Aston Villa. Flick's number one option being Kimmich. Not happening. He wants 20 million euros a season. Nobody's going to pay him that, not even in the Premier League. But anyways, so Merino was kind of like that option B, the feasible option B, because since his contract does expire next summer, you can probably sign him for around 20 to 25 million euros. Now, Barcelona does have competition in this arena, which are Atletico de Madrid and Arsenal, both clubs who are heavily interested in Merino. The only club to actually reach out to Merino, including Barcelona, are also interested, but of all the clubs interested in him, the only club to reach out was Atletico de Madrid. They reached out to him. They started negotiations, and it seems like Merino is not interested in joining El Cholo Simeone's team. Why would he? I wouldn't be. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So now the only two teams left are Barcelona, who are yet to make a move, and Arsenal, who are yet to make an offer. Now, Arsenal have not made any offers for Merino. However, Mikel Arteta has reached out to the player and spoke to him over the phone in person. So Arsenal have not yet made an offer, but they are still interested. Now, Barcelona are still interested, but they also have not made an offer because right now their hands tied with the signing of Nico Williams and apparently, for some freaking reason, Dani Olmo. Now, the only thing I say, I really hope that Barcelona don't end up missing out on this signing that we actually need just to bring in Dani Olmo, because Mr. Laporta thinks that he's somehow going to fill up stadiums and break sales records when it comes to jerseys. That's the only thing I'll say. I hope I'm wrong, but this is where we at. Atletico Madrid are out because Mikel Merino has said no. Arsenal is still interested, but have yet to make an offer. Barcelona is still interested, but have yet to make an offer either. All right, let's do the comment section. That was all the news for this live podcast. We'll do more questions, and then I will upload a video discussing Hansi Flick's interview, since Barcelona have released his full interview. So I will go over it and see. Riley says, just sell Frankie. I myself would not agree to what Barca offer him. Besides, he is injury prone. Frankie, I feel like I've explained this before, but it's still a lot of people doesn't register with. You can't sell players unless they agree. Players are not slaves. Players are not property. Players are not chattel. They have contracts with the club. If you want to sell a player has to agree to leave. Frankie doesn't want to leave. You cannot sell him. Same with Rafinha. Same with Ferran. They don't want to leave. And if they don't want to leave, there's nothing you can do. Now, as far as his injury prone, I don't think he's injury prone. Yes, he did have 3 injuries last season, but all 3 injuries were as a result of fouls. Just getting hit. Unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about that. The only way to avoid those kind of injuries is to never play and just stay on the bench. And even then, you still risk, I don't know, getting injured during practice. Like, look at Pablo Torre, right? He broke his hand during practice. So those kind of injuries, there's no way to avoid them. I wouldn't say he's injury prone. Yes, he had a lot of injuries last season, but they were all as a result of fouls. SA says, Mo, the F with the ads took me half a minute before I entered. Damn. I mean, my friend, I got to make money, you know? And that's one way. So YouTube is free. You can watch my videos for free. You can like, subscribe, comment, everything for free. The ads is one way that for me to make money. And if it takes, you know, if it conveniences you for 60 seconds, I think it's a decent price to pay. I don't know. You tell me. Anirudh says, good morning, Mo. Love from India, 5:30 a.m. and all that. What would your starting lineup be against Man City based on what has transpired so far on the Handiflix sessions? Honestly, it's a preseason match. By the way, thank you for watching the channel this early, and thank you for your comment. But honestly, I don't care. It's a preseason match. It matters just as much as wearing sunblock during the night. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Rizzo says, hey, Mo, watching from Zambia. Weird catch in live stream at the time. I know, I was a little bit late. I apologize about that. I had to take my dog to the vet. It was very important. All right, let's see. And then we have someone saying Flick is signed. He's not. Let's see. Charles says, hey, Mo, all the people donating money on social media, did Barcelona ask for that? Because some channels are calling out Barcelona for possible investigation. No, Barcelona did not ask their fans to donate. This is their fans doing that on their own. Ross says, hey, Mo, what's the word with Merino? And don't you think paying a bit more to get Frimpong is better than Cancelo, whom I'm not too fond of? Thoughts? Sorry if you talked about this already. So I talked about this in yesterday's video. Frimpong would cost 40 million. Barcelona are trying to get Cancelo on loan. So it wouldn't be paying a little bit more for Frimpong. It would be paying 40 million for Frimpong versus not paying anything for Cancelo. So Barcelona are not looking to sign Cancelo. They're only looking to take him out on loan again. And again, that's €0 for a loan. It's a lot cheaper than 40 million for Frimpong. Not the Gamer says, why do Barca always play AC Milan? Are they our cousin club or something? It's this agreement between these big clubs that they always have, that they travel together to the US. It's nothing like some kind of anything special. It's just the only clubs that travel to the US is the biggest club from each league. You know, Madrid, Barcelona, City, Arsenal, AC Milan, Inter Milan, because nobody's going to want to go to a stadium here in the US to watch, I don't know, Sassuolo, with all due respect to Sassuolo, or Udinese, or freaking Everton. Nobody's going to want to go to see those teams. People want to see the biggest teams, right? So it's always the biggest teams that end up traveling to the US. And as a result, it's always the same teams that we end up playing during the preseason. Plus, wouldn't you want a preseason match to get the team ready against a team like AC Milan or Real Madrid or Manchester City? Or would you rather Barcelona waste their time playing against, I don't know, Levante? With all due respect to Levante. The angry Sparky says StreamYard is an anti-Barca news. I think so. I really do. Some random MF says, is the Nike deal worth 100 or 150 million euros? I really wanted to know. Much love, bro. So the bonus is 100. If Nike end up paying 150, that 50 would not be necessarily a bonus. It would be an advance. So that would be an advance that Nike would pay, that Barcelona would end up paying back. The bonus itself is just the 100 million. That's bonus. That's money that's Barca's. They get to do whatever they want. If they do end up getting 150, it's because they got 50 million in advance. That's money that Barcelona would have to pay back. All right. And with that, we wrap this up. Thank you guys for tuning in, for your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, your donations. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. By the way, YouTube Analytics says half of the people watching the channel are not subscribed. So guys, please hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second. It's completely free.
Don't forget to hit the like also, and don't forget to leave a comment. I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts. Plus, for those of you who left a comment in the chat section and I didn't get to read it, leave it again in the comment section, because I do read all the comments. Even if I don't reply, I always read the comments. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next video, and as always, peace, guys.